Hello you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am talking about switching over in my creative daily journal mid-month. So typically I really, in an ideal world, I would want to basically have my months close off in the year, you know, where I wouldn't have to go into the next month. Mid-month into a new journal, if that makes sense. So like right now I just kind of like got my pages kind of set. I need to go back in. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, always is, but I went through Sunday and I know this page is empty, and then of course I added in my last video I put these in, but I think I'm gonna leave this blank. I may add a picture, I may add some doodles, I don't know. What I thought I would do is just kind of complete it out at Sunday on the 17th and move in. For one, it was getting kind of difficult, and then I was like, you know, Monday could be a kind of a start of the new week, you know, so start a new journal. So that's what we're gonna do. I thought I would just pop on and show a video of how I'm gonna do that, with also trying to keep up with having my calendar and everything in there. So yeah, so I'm using another composition book as my creative daily journal. This is the everyday journal that I use. This is, when did I start this one? Let's see, it was during May. So the 1st of May, right? Yeah, May 1st. So see how I kind of like having like, oh, I ended, you know, April, now I start with May. But it went through mid-July, so that's a nice little chunk of creative life right there. So okay, so here we are, mid-July. So I went ahead and I believe I have this on my website if you're interested. It is a printable, but I like to use my art on the first page, or like, you know, do like a collage work. I feel like with this journal though, it's going to be going into, so we got July, August, and possibly September is what I'm thinking. So to me, those are still kind of summery months. You know, I would do more of like a fall tone if I was getting more into September. So I was like, I think I'm going to be like at the tail end of September at this, when this journal ends. So plus I love the little fairies, and it's like, follow your creative heart. So yeah, so that's me. I want to follow my creative heart. Okay. So I went ahead and printed it out on sticky paper. I don't think I might have minimized it just a little bit so that it wouldn't be the full 8.5 by 11 when I printed it out. Let's see if I can get it started. But yeah, so I like to put on sticker paper, unless I'm doing like, you know, even collage works you can print out on sticker paper, but this way I just kind of sweep it onto the journal. And then there is going to be some edging left, and I thought at that point I would just kind of use some masking tape, and then of course I always kind of like put a book binding, which I was just looking at the cover to that cloth one, because what I do on my book binding is on the edges I put the date, so when they're sitting on the shelf you can see what date it was, and if you need to ever reference back, which I think most journalers sometimes do, just to kind of, I'm going to pull this up a little closer here. Try to get it on as even, Steven, as I can without too many bubbles. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Again, not even. This is for me. I am fine with that. It's funny. I'm not one that my daughter is like, oh my gosh, it's not even, but I'm okay with that. So, and I'm just going to trim off the bottom. And then let me grab my binding tape and my masking tape that I'm going to complete the edges with. So I love this book binding. I've been using it now for a couple of years, and I use it quite a bit on a lot of my journals. I wish now I was going to trade it off from year to year. If you see my other video where I'm starting out, you'll see that where I talked about it. I wanted to get the yellow because I wanted to be like, oh, well, last year will be red, this year will be yellow, and then all they had was brown, and I ordered the brown, and I was like, yeah, I have to have some sort of color in my life. I mean, brown is a color, I'm not saying that, but I guess some bright color in my life. So I've been kind of keeping an eye out. I could order it. This was off Amazon. I think it was pretty reasonable. But then I was like, well, look at all this red you have. You know, you could use the red. Use what you got, right? And this just kind of does like a seal on, like I said, it kind of just, for one, it makes it more pretty in my opinion, but it also just kind of completes the book, in my opinion. And then if I wanted to cover the back, I could. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. If I do, I might do like a collage work or something like that. And the book binding that I did was, I basically took this composition book apart, and then I did add some little bits and pieces of different kind of papers in there, just to make it kind of junk journal-y. Just like this. So like that. Look at those funny carrots. I got this actually from a retreat I went and taught a class at called Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Pink Crafty Cottage, and I got a whole packet of fun ephemera, and so I used a lot of it in here. And then you can see my book binding. I just did the old stitcheroo here. So okay, so that is going to be the front. I will finish off this complete once I come in, because I want to do something here on the cover too. So being that it's the beginning of my journal, and actually in reality what I would normally do is, if I started the month out, I would put my monthly calendar that I had bought one from Susan Branch, but since I already used July, I'm going to pop this in that, and I usually use these are actually from a Patreon that I follow. This is Courtney Diaz, and she gives us a calendar every month, and it's beautiful. I love how she displays her. She displays her. She does a display, and then she takes a picture. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And so I normally put this in like one of my my personal journals, not my everyday journal. I mean, still personal every day, but you know what I mean, like not just documenting the daily. And so I'm going to put that in there as my calendar. I could make a copy of Susan Branch's, but you know, I like being able to use other types of calendars as well. Now, I had this paper just in my stack that I was looking through. You would think, oh, are you planning a road trip? No, there's a couple little places I'd like to go, but somewhere is kind of going, you know. So doesn't mean you can't have road trips, right? We actually will be going to the whatever craft place, so that could be a road trip, but I think I will probably be in another journal by then. I don't know. We'll see. But the reason I'm using this paper is because it is a thin, it's Paper Studio, and it's the one-sided, and so that way it's not as thick as the double-sided, and it works perfect for what I need it for. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it in just a second. So, you know, and I remember when I used to scrapbook not many moons ago, but I did not like single, because, you know, you put all your artsy fun stuff on the front page, and then it would be so thin it couldn't hold it. And now I love the single-sided paper because you can add pretty papers to your journal and not worry about the thickness of the double-sided. So it's whatever you use it for, it works perfectly. So yeah, I love looking over there to see if they have anything that comes out. So I'm just going to trim this off a little bit, and then we'll finish it out once I get what I'm doing done. Okay, so I'm going to actually put this calendar in. I shrunk it down because I want to put it in on this little extra sheet that I have right here. And again, you could use a paper cutter, but wonky is fine with me. And so I'm just going to stick this right in here. I may go down the edge with some washi, and basically what I do is you'll see, like, I started here, I started gluing, and I think if you follow me for a while, if not, welcome. But what I like to do is I will take these, since the pages are so thin in these composition books, then I will glue them together with glue, glue stick right here that keeps rolling towards me. But I double glue them, and then I come in and I washi the sides, which is just running the washi and folding it over. And what I love about doing this is I can do like 10 pages at a time, and then every night, while I'm watching TV or watching movies or whatever, I can just kind of sit and finish out the book. And sometimes I don't really do it all at one time, but you could. You could definitely do that. So yeah, I'm going to stick the calendar here. And then probably washi down the side here. But yeah, so then you get to use all your fun little washies up too, because I know if you've been collecting them for a while and you've been doing this for a while, you have quite a bit of washies. Okay, so the other thing that I always like to include in my journals is a pocket, because I have my my days of the week that I like to put in here and keep up with, so that way I have a place to tuck them into, and I have them because believe me, I've lost them mid-month. I put all my stuff away, if I'm working on stuff, and then I don't put it back in my journal, and then I'm digging around for it, and so. Okay, so this is where I have bought this, I guess last summer maybe, and it was at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you guys have seen this. These are those inexpensive Candyland games that come with all the cute pieces and everything, and I really, really just bought it. Look, they have stickers. What else is in here? Oh, that's something else. But they have like the game pieces, and I actually really just bought it. Where are the characters? Did I already take? I've used some of it, but I really just bought it for ephemera purposes to use in my journals. Maybe that's them. But they have all different kind of games. I saw them there not too long ago too, but I really thought I was going to make a journal out of the big game, but piece. Like I thought, oh, that would be cute to make a journal, but again, it was kind of sideways, so I knew I would have a reason for it, and now I have. So what I'm going to do is create a pocket with this, and then I can still use the other half. Oh, I see. The stickers go. You put the sticker pieces right here. Ew, okay. I love Candyland. We used to play it with the kids all the time. I'm sure I played it as a kid. I don't know, but so, and then I'm just going to kind of create like a pocket using the lettering, and it's sturdy enough to where, and the clouds, so it's sturdy enough to where it kind of creates like a little pocket. And it gives it some little fun dimension like that. And then I'm thinking, because I didn't try it out of course, but I'm thinking I can just tuck those in like that. So let's give it a whirl and see what happens. So with this, I would just use it like any other pocket and glue my edges. And then also, if like you print out pictures and you don't have time, like I have a couple that I have been moving around my desk, and bags and stuff that I haven't been able to put into my journal yet, that makes a great way to add those to your pockets as well. Let me get me some washi. I might use some kind of sturdy washi here. Some bigger washi, just so once that glue gets, once that glue dries, it'll dry really good. But this just kind of adds like a little reinforcement. And a little fun on front here. Okay. I've gotten to where I like this wider washi too. Because it does allow for better when you're flipping your journal. I mean, you're edging up your journal for projects like this. And if, and really, if you don't like that on the front there, which I'm fine with, you could have done this beforehand too, made your pocket, but, you know. And I think I might come in with some different one just along the seams here, even though I think it'll be okay. But, let's see here. I just saw this cute one. I have this box of, actually it's supposed to hold 12 by 12 papers, but I put all my extra washi that I don't use all the time. And it's so fun to go back in and you're like, oh my god, I love this washi. Oh, I want to use this. I want to, you know. So it's like go shopping in your own stash when you forget about things. And this is Dollar Tree washi, which it's kind of like a more of a, it's not a, it's different. If you guys have ever gotten it, it's kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Plasticky instead of papery, but it holds really good. I like it. I was impressed when I bought it because I was like, oh, I wonder if this washi is going to be any good. And I've picked up other rolls since then. And you can see my book's really kind of wonky with, I could not get it centered. Like, see how it kind of has like this space, but I'm going to be adding so many fun things in there and layers, you won't even tell. And sometimes I like to put a picture of myself or something going on or whatever in there like that. Okay, so let's get our numbers and our days of the week, and we're just going to slip them right in there so that way they are handy dandy for when I start ready to start journaling in this book. Okay, and then let's go ahead and just finish this side up here. I'm almost tempted to do this, but is it too much? Too matchy-match? Or I was going to do green. Let's do green. And this is masking tape. I got off Amazon. They come like 5 different colors. My pink is MIA. I just found the yellow because my daughter said, oh, I took your masking tape, your yellow masking tape. So I gotta get them all back together. The friends need to come back together. And I do like masking tape because it sticks fairly well. I mean, and this is colorful and it's inexpensive. It's kind of, and it's sturdy. Okay. There. Got some contrast for sure going. And that's the fun thing about this when you're journaling like this, because you do carry this journal around. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do. You do carry this journal around quite a bit. I don't know if I'll be able to do this today, because I don't know. Oh, here it is. Mindy Lacefield had sent this in a Happy Mail, like, I don't know if it was last year or a couple years ago, but it's this cute little 1980s charm. And I thought it would be so cute up here. See, like, I don't know if this washi tape sticks very well to this book binding tape. I feel like it's coming up, and I'll just cut it off there so I don't have to worry about it. I could have added glue, but I'm okay with just having it like that. Okay. So yeah, so I think I'll do that on I'll do that later, but I do want to add this little, I need to put like a little jump ring on it and add this little charm to that, because I did want to do that. Okay. Got my pocket. Okay, so then you're like, okay, well, what is your next step? You got your calendar in. So this is where I would start with day 1. And at this point, what I would do is, again, you know, because to me, even if you don't actually sit down and journal in your books, you can always play, you can doodle, you can color, you can put polka dots, you can add watercolor. This is like prepping your pages. And so I was going to see, let's see here. Oh, here we go. And I have some Tim Holtz distress stain. Luckily, Mandy with Pink Crafty Cottage sent this to me like a few years ago, or a couple years ago, and I have used the tar out of them. So, and this is literally, I'll just come in here and add color with watercolor, because most of the time these pages are covered up anyway with you know, all the fun things that you put on your pages, but I like to start out with some sort of color on there. It just kind of helps me get my creative juices going. And then like these are also off Amazon. I got the idea from Never Hopeless Elizabeth, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do with these. So a lot of times I just come in here and do like polka dots. Again, these are easy to write over if you wanted to do like some of your journaling on here, but it also just kind of adds color to the pages. And again, you're going to be filling that up with fun things. And let's see here, let's do a yellow. Then I can come in here with my yellow, and again just adding some color. And then what I'll do is I'll just let that dry for about 5 minutes. You can even come in here and do, let's do something else. Let's do some purple. Just like that. And then I'm just going to let those couple pages dry. By the way, I brought the bingo to Vacation Bible School. Yeah, they only had like, I think 20 minutes to play. Not a good idea for drying time. And it was so messy. Okay, so anyway, so what we'll do is I'll just kind of let this dry. If I have to go like, who knows, do some laundry or whatever the case is, or shoot, even like go to work in the mornings, I can come in here and like add some distress pages, or not distress ink, add some blobbings, you know, and then I can walk away, come back, dry, and then I can just start with the next pages. So when you do go to sit down and you're ready to start journaling, that process is already done. You've already got your backgrounds done, so you are good to go. And now I will do, especially if I'm having a girls' weekend, I will sit down and do a whole, you know, several pages that, you know, like sit down and do the pages. But for now, it's like, it's fun just to prep your pages. So, all right, you guys, well, that is it. That's how I set my journal up from mid-month, and I'm ready to play. I'm ready to get my other journals caught up too. But I don't want to get behind on processing of having it done, which I think that's part of the fun. And so yeah, so all right, y'all have a super sparkly day. Bye.